Welcome back to River Funsies. On this episode, we're going to look at river trash and what to do with it. So, here's some pictures of kind of a normal day of picking things off the bottom of the river, and you'll see all kind of crazy stuff: weed pipes, netting, deer antlers, but mostly you'll find IDs, bank cards, sunglasses, always sunglasses, and cell phones. Unfortunately, the San Marcos River is a very clear river. So in the wintertime and during nighttime, the water is exceptionally clear because there's not a lot of people in the water making it murky. And the added plus of having a flashlight allows you to kind of pick up the shiny glint of different things that might be in the water, such as jewelry, the reflection off of sunglasses, cell phone cases, and these kind of things. But you certainly want to be careful at night in the water, just because you don't know what you might swim up on. I did almost swim up on a person who had drowned in the river, but for some reason I had managed to miss it. They recovered this person not too long after I got out of the water, but all signs point to the fact that I must have been within 5 or 10 feet of this person who had drowned the night before and gone missing. So that just kind of shows you how close you can be to stuff in the water and not realize what's around you just because of how dark it is. So be very well aware of your surroundings. You don't want to accidentally swim into a stump or a bridge or anything that can hurt you or tingle you up. And here we are doing some volunteer work for Atlas Environmental, the company that does spearfishing tournaments and cleans the river of invasive species and trash in San Marcos. And there's some other groups that you can volunteer with if you feel that you want to take part in cleaning the river, such as the Eyes of the San Marcos River. It's a pretty large Facebook group. And here I found an iPhone 7 Plus, still in the waterproof case. That's always a plus because that gives me the better chance to return the phone to its owner if there's an ID in the case, or if I can turn the phone on and somehow find the owner that way. And the options you have when you find a phone to return it to the owner is, if it's locked, you can ask Siri to call mom or call dad, and usually the phone will reach out to that person. You can tell them, hey, I found this phone, I don't know who it belongs to, and they can help you get it back to the owner. iPhones don't have SD cards, so you can't access the memory and look through the pictures to find out if you can determine who the owner is. Unfortunately, this phone had been in the water for a long time, about 3 months, but it still worked, but it was locked. So that means that the service had already been cut off, and there was no way to find out who the owner was. I did even call the phone company, and I pulled the SIM card out to determine the provider, and they were not helpful at all. They couldn't tell me who it was, and I even offered for them to reach out to the person and have them contact me. They weren't able to do that. So basically, I have a phone that is locked. If I recycled it now, I could get $85 for it. But brand new, this phone is worth about $180 to $300. My other option is to do a hard factory reset to this phone with iTunes. And I'm going to work through that process, and that should be in a video coming up soon. And then at that point, I can choose to recycle the phone, and all the data from the previous owner will be erased, so their information won't be just out there. Or I can see if I can use the phone for myself and upgrade the phone I have now. So please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll be having some more videos soon, and hopefully we can get this phone working. You have a good one.